Welcome to Tanya of today. Today is, what is today? Today is the 10th of Iyar, right? I believe that's, no, of Sivan, sorry, 10th of Sivan. Yeah, 10th of Sivan. So today's Tanya is a very interesting idea. We're speaking about, we kind of missed recording, but we're speaking about the idea that everything is always created by Hashem. And so there are 10, if you want to call it like nuclear power plants that are sources of all the energy, because everything in the universe equals, everything is basically energy. And so the energy goes from like a massive quantity, and then it goes down into gradations of what we call tzimtzumim, less and less, until it becomes the exact amount which allows for specific things. And this goes through what I heard this from somebody, they heard it from Rabbi Ginsburg, that every Hebrew letter has three things. It has a shape, which we know is the shape of the energy flow. Then it has a number, which is an amount. Then it has a sound. These are very, very, very significant things because first of all, we know that sound is the idea of letters is really sound. And today, based on science, they think that everything is vibrations. It's basically a sound. It's like a frequency. Be that as it may, we also have the idea that the numbers can be, with gematria, which you know about, can be translated and transposed. And therefore, when you transpose it to another number from one number, the secondary number is a lesser degree of energy. And so therefore, even though, let's say Hashem said, okay, there should be earth that should make, vegetation. So then you have many billions of different types of vegetation. And each one has a name and each one has a system. It's all the Hebrew letters, but the first ones are like the massive amount of energy. We know it speaks often in Chassidus that the ground is the koyach of Ein Sof to create Yesh Miyayin. It's creating out of nothingness all this stuff. So it's a tremendous amount of energy. And that's because these letters are actually letters of Hashem. They're letters from the Torah. And therefore, these letters come down into the into this world, and they have the power of creating something out of nothing. But you have different levels. You have the higher level, which is going to be able to create, like, I don't know, let's call it the sky or the stars. And then you have each star individually. So that comes from those same letters, but they get gematria-wise, they get lower, until it comes into that specific thing. Now, the next thing, which that was kind of yesterday's Tanya, the next thing, which is today's Tanya, is that, and I think the best example of this is a computer screen. So if you have a computer screen, and ultimately, what is the screen? It's information. That's all it is. The computer is generating, the proof is, if you turn off the computer, you have no more screen. If you're looking at this right now, all you're really seeing is information, right? It's maybe the information of my voice. It's been recorded. You have the visual information, but it's just a collection of information in a certain format. So also, so that means that the real source of what you're seeing is the information and the producer of the information, because without the producer of the information, the whole thing disappears. The same thing is that everything that exists is being produced by Hashem this moment. Because we know, as we said in the very beginning of Shayich V'Emunah, that if Hashem would stop saying the words, like imagine a pink elephant on the table, how long does it exist? As long as you think about it. The moment you stop thinking about it is the moment it stops existing. So Hashem is producing all this information. So He creates kind of this ready-made world, a world in which you don't see the infinity of God. All you see is the reality that He wants you to see, and it looks real. But if the eye were to see the truth, and there's stories of tzaddikim, such as Alter Rebbe before he passed away, maybe you remember, but I think he said to his son to tap his hand. He said, what are you touching? He says, I'm touching a hand. He says, I see the godly energy that's making the hand. You're touching with the hand. So you're looking at the world with tools that make you see the world in the way. We know, of course, there are many frequencies. A bee sees the world in ultraviolet light. There are many other frequencies of reality. An X-ray sees many different pictures. So the ultimate picture is that it's just Hashem. It's godly energy. It's Hebrew letters that are making this kind of stuff. L'chaim v'levracha.